confess, I got addicted to rock climbing when I was in college. Specifically bouldering, the kind where you're climbing up a 20-foot wall with no ropes, just your bare hands, and you're kind of falling off the wall more times than you're actually making it to the top. But when you finally do, there's such a rush. Like, it doesn't matter how much skin you've torn off your hands or how much your feet hurt from being squeezed into tiny little shoes. You're just like so excited to have made it to the top. Then you jump back down and your friends are all cheering with you and you're just like basking in the accomplishment. And then you do it all over again. So I mostly did this indoors, but as I got more advanced throughout school and keep up with my other friends who were, had been climbing for forever, I guess, we would go outdoor climbing. And so in my senior year, my friend Jack invited me and a couple friends to go check out a new climbing spot in New Hampshire. I was all in. So we were in New England and it was February. The temperature was freezing, but outside the sky was blue. We were leaving the city of Boston around noon, and we were just really excited to get outside. We made it to the parking lot of the forest about an hour later. My friend Liv is looking at her phone and she says, "Oh my God, guys, I'm seeing that this is like the murder forest of New Hampshire and there's a serial killer out here somewhere." My friend Britt, who's a generational Massachusetts, rolls her eyes. She says, "Oh my God, Liv, there's no serial killers out here. Every single forest in New England has a story about a ghost or a murder or something. We're not going to get killed by a serial killer." I'm like kind of half listening to this conversation, honestly. This kind of thing goes on all the time when we go hiking, and I'm thinking about the logistics of how we're going to get in and out of the forest before dark. I'm calculating that the sun's going to set in about 4 hours, so we really don't have a ton of time to get out of the forest, but, I'm looking at the trail map right by the entrance, and I'm like, "Okay, Jack, what trail are we going to take?" He says, "Oh, there's no trail. I was looking on Google Earth last night, and so I found the GPS coordinates just in the middle of the woods, and we're going to go find this spot with rocks." I was really not prepared for this. We're looking for what maybe could be rocks to climb out in the middle of the New Hampshire woods on a freezing February day, and all we were really going on was some pixelated satellite imagery from, who knows when. But Jack kind of convinced us all by saying how we could be the first people to discover this new climbing spot, and if we came back in the summer, it would be so cool to be the first people to claim this spot. Then we'd really be good climbers. So I was like, sure, we'll go for it. So we walk into the woods and we're kind of pushing aside brush and picking our way over partially frozen creeks. And all of a sudden the sky gets dark and gray and it starts to snow. And before too long, it's snowing really heavily. Our tracks behind us are completely covered and we're getting actually slowed down walking through the snow. So we make it to a clearing and Jack says, "Okay guys, why don't you wait here? I'm gonna go up ahead and check out the spot. I'll be right back, and then we can get out of here." I didn't want to go deeper into the forest. Jack had the only navigation system, but I don't know, I didn't know what else to do. So Britt, Liv, and I got comfortable. We're hanging out in this clearing, snow's falling around us, and half an hour goes by. And Liv says, "Guys, I'm really scared that there's actually a serial killer in this forest and we're gonna die." And Britt says, "Oh my God, Liv, stop with the serial killer thing. I think it's way more likely that Jack brought us out here and he's gonna kill us later. A dude and 3 girls in the woods off trail in New Hampshire? What?" I'm like, guys, I think we're gonna freeze to death. Because I've been getting colder and colder, and in my head, I've been going through an accelerated version of the stages of grief. First, there's denial. I mean, it's been like 30 minutes. Surely Jack's gonna be right back and we'll get out of here. Like, we still have plenty of time, right? And then depression. I'm like, oh my God, I'm only 21 years old and I'm gonna freeze to death here in this forest. I won't even get to graduate after all this work I've done. I'm not gonna get to raise a child to my insanely high perfectionistic standards. Sucks. And then finally, I'm kind of looking around at the sparkling snow and my friends nervously talking about whatever, like, true crime thing. And I'm like, you know what? I don't know what's gonna happen. Maybe I do freeze to death. Maybe they find my body. Maybe they don't find my body. But at least I'm here with my friends and it's really nice out, so we sit and wait. And then all of a sudden, my train of thought is interrupted because we hear footsteps. Liv, Britt, and I look at each other, and Liv says, oh my God, guys, it's a serial killer, we're about to die. But it's only Jack. I breathed a huge sigh of relief when I saw that it looked like his phone still had charge. And he says, guys, found the spot and made it in. There's nothing there. There's nothing to climb there. I didn't care that it had all been for nothing. Honestly, I was just excited that we could finally get out of there. So we hightailed it out of the woods and we made it to the car just as the sun was setting. Before I knew it, I was at home, warm in my bed, and just kind of reflecting on the absurdity of that day. So yeah, I mean that's my tale of all the things I would do to climb a rock. But I would say that nothing is worth following a 21-year-old dude into the woods with no exit plan.